There it is. What's up, YouTube? Hell, man. Yep, I got, what do you call it? Is it today Monday? Yeah, I got Monday evening hair. It's almost the end of Monday. We got 1 hour left to go. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a quick video. I got a bunch of stuff out here. I started collecting this back in the winter of this year, and I was getting bits and pieces. Oh, a couple figures here and a couple figures there, clearance aisle here and a clearance aisle there, the usual. And I picked a few things up, and then I picked a few more things up, and then picked a few more things up, and then eBay started happening, and then, well, folks, I mean, I got busy, and then I just started stacking all the stuff up here. I had all intentions of getting this stuff unboxed and doing some videos, and I got distracted and I haven't been able to do it. Been out running a weed whacker, you know. Got to do stuff like that sometimes to make a living, and that's what I've been doing. My brother's on TikTok right now, messaging a bunch of shit to me. I'll have to catch up on a little bit later. Hopefully he doesn't call, because that'll bump my video. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, first thing I want to do, I got a bunch of stuff back here you've seen in the other videos that I did earlier this year, and I haven't gotten to those things yet. Like, you know, I got an extra Steve sitting out here. I got an extra Stranger Thing sitting out here. And then I had these two sitting out here. So that was 4 figures. You know me, I like to do 6 figures. So I did manage to snag one of these the other day. If I would have known I needed another one to get 6 figures, I would have gotten the yellow one as well. But I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing that now. But I'll find one more figure to go with this batch here, because yeah, I got a Ninja Turtle carded. I got a pawn shop find Battlestar Galactica. That's retro. Then I got this Armorsaurus figure. I think that's how you pronounce it. Then I got Minecraft Steve and Will with the bicycle from the Stranger Things. So I got 5 to do a 6 figures episode. So that'll be coming here pretty soon. I just gotta get that situation figured out there. And then I got some dollar store figures. I got 4 of these guys. You can't really see them through the plastic. Sorry about that. There's some sort of random 3 3/4 inch action figure. And then because this had so much personality, I went ahead and got that. So those are going to be, even though it's not really a figure, it's kind of an accessory to other figures, but it is a character. It is a character in the thing. So I'm going to call it a figure. I got 2 of him. So that'll be 6 figures dollar store style. So watch for that. That'll be fun. I want to see how they stand up next to actual Star Wars figures, because when it comes to kit bashing, you know, I think there's a possibility that some paint taps and some minor fuckery might happen to make them fit. Like I'm thinking in Star Wars, what you do to a weird character like that is you give it pants and a jacket. Dignify it. You know, you can't have aliens running around naked. So to make it fit in with Star Wars, I think I'll do something like that with them. And then I don't know what I'll do to make the snakes. If anything, I'll probably make the snakes a little more realistic painting wise and tone it up a little bit that way. I do like the color of the green, so think I'll keep the green base coat on there somehow or another, but I'm going to amplify that a bit on those little snakes with some paint apps, I think. So that'll be coming. But then I got a bunch of other stuff back here. I still have an Ahsoka New Republic E-Wing that's got the droid. And I've got a bunch of random figures back here. There's at least an episode of 6 figures sitting back there. I've got a bunch of figures that are ones that I've already opened on other episodes. And these are the where I bought 2 of them that were on the rack. That's what I have back there. The other ones I save for the extra figures if I want to do a head swap and kit bash. Head swapping can be called kit bashing because you're taking something that was this, taking something else that was that, pop, pop, pop. Now this is her with this outfit, or him with that armor, or you get what I get at with all that. So kit bashing can be very simple. So hopefully we'll get into some of that here pretty soon. Maybe, yeah, especially with those dollar store figures. And I think what I want to do is, since we got all these boxes in front of us, I think what we'll do, I want to make sense of my bench. So you'll get to see me organize my shit. But you'll see why I need to organize my shit, because I got all these boxes. I got this box. I can't remember what's in it. I got this box. I think I opened it up just to take a look at what was in it, but then I put it back. I got this. There's something Star Wars related in that. You're gonna like that. There's something else, like probably Star Wars related, in one of these boxes. And then, yep, guess what? There's another one. Probably an action figure in there. And then, well, there's this. Bet you there's an action figure in that one. And, yeah, I think there's 2 action figures in this one, if I'm not mistaken. And that might also be the case with this one. Can't see me, can you? Because I'm leaning in. Oh, and then this. I got something. I'm gonna open it up, and we'll get to see it. What we're seeing here today. Well, for you guys, it'll be tomorrow. But I know what's in here. But it's something I need to send to that junk man, with something else that I was supposed to send last year, and I completely forgot about it. Because I had lots of memory issues. Okay, I went into a coma last year and completely forgot about everything I was doing, and then I had some random, can't remember what the hell I was doing, forgot to do this, forgot to do that moments. Old age. So I ended up ordering something to send to him, along with what I still have to send to him. So I'm going to end up reusing this box, but I'm going to add something to the box. So I'll wait till we're done doing this. But I want to get all these things out of the box, and as I'm doing it, I'm going to move my shelf forward. So I'm going to lay these things down on the table. And there we go, because there's one episode. And a squeegee and a wrench in my way. Let's get that out of here. Alright, let's scoot them all the way up there. We got an episode there. We got almost an episode here. And same ones I just showed you guys here. I'm just sliding everything forward so we can make better sense. And then I have 8 figures from the pawn shop. We'll talk about. Might talk about all 8 of them and still call it 6 figures, because 3 of them are 1, 2, 3 are considered one, because it's Anakin, and Darth Vader and another Darth Vader, which to me is like Anakin. So we might cheat on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna move this guy there. And then the bonus to that episode will be this thing right here, because it's not really a figure. So I'm gonna lay him right on top of that. Then I got some vehicle stuff. So I got one of these guys. I might go get a couple more. I don't know. But we're gonna put the Ahsoka box up here somewhere. Oh, and then I got some random stuff for kit bashing. I'm gonna add to that because there's more stuff on clearance than I've got. I should get a double of a couple of these. But yeah, this guy right here, I want to go get a couple more of those. So it might take a moment before I can open that. Well, let's get the back line of this stuff set up. We're gonna put this big ass Ahsoka ship right there. And we'll put this guy right here. That gets our back line back here. Y'all can see what I'm doing. There you go. I need to get a piece of fabric to drop here so it will give me a better background. And then we're just randomly gonna grab our figures. We have these guys to unbox. What I'm doing is I'm waiting though, because they're supposed to have Anakin and Commander Cody, and I want to do a proper opening of those guys together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look for another 2-pack and order it either off of eBay or Walmart, whatever it is. I pre-ordered. I should check on it. I pre-ordered mine at Walmart or Hasbro, one of the two. I need to check on it and see what the status is on it. Figures that I have opened before: Padme and Jadna Norwood, and we got the Stranger and the Rocket Launcher Trooper already opened on a video. I got 3 or 4 of him now, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a tricky one because that's a 1. Ah! 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 You ever just hit yourself in the wrong spot? Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Ah, you got to hear me roar a little bit. Okay. We'll put that right there. And we've got some of these epic series things. And I think what I'll do is I'll open some of those and compare them to one another. Well, you can see I got the new Stormtrooper and the Zed. I refuse to get the Vader because I just don't need another bulky Vader. I'll probably get another Stormtrooper. And I got this little knucklehead figure here. One that I can put her up here with the already been opened ones, I guess. And then I got this silly Stormtrooper variation. And a couple of Darth Mauls. So, then I also have this Stormtrooper model, and what I'm probably going to do is when I open this one, I'll do it all by itself, and I think what I'll do is I'll maybe build the model and probably go live. I'll probably go live and see if anybody wants to join me That'll be probably a Saturday fun project. Or Sunday, I don't know. I have to find out. There's a couple people that I know, if I schedule right, they'll go on and they'll be in part of the chat. They can moderate the chat room for me. Uh, and then I have 3 Black Series figures here. I got a Krennic. I got a Bix. Remember there was a couple years that they were just boxing them and not having the window? Yeah. And then I finally got a Darth Vader in the Black Series. I waited till I saw them on clearance, so I'm just going to set these guys on the table over here because I'm definitely not ready to do a 6 figures in Black Series. If you've ever watched the channel and watched any number of the 6-figure videos, I've only done a couple of Black Series ones, and I don't really collect them, even though I've got kind of a small collection of them now. Kind of wasn't my intention to get into Black Series, but it sort of happened. But I let go of the 12-inch series a long time ago and stopped trying to find display space for them because it was just it's too impossible to display all that stuff. 3 3/4, it's a lot easier to make a big diorama of 3 3/4. Not so easy to do with the 12-inch ones, although they're so cool though. I mean, the articulation you could get out of them, and now Sideshow's doing them and they're amazing, and I don't own any of them because they're too expensive. Just a little too rich for me. I'm gonna open this first. And I'm gonna take a look at it. It might be something I can't show on the camera. So just bear with me for a moment. I don't remember. It is Slave Leia related, but I think I need to. There. Yeah, it's in a sealed container. That's interesting. All right. There is the bag. Well, I can show you what they sent with me. They sent a Pokemon card in there, but it's covering up a well, there. You can't see. Okay, you kind of got a Janet Jackson moment there. So anyway, it's a Slave Leia picture, but the magic of Photoshop has some, I went ahead and ordered it to there. You can see the back of it. And I'll give you a moment if you want to read that. I have no idea what it says. I have not read it. So, there. That's it. That's all you get. Oh, after her daring attempt to rescue Han Solo went sideways, Princess Leia found herself in the clutches of Jabba the Hutt, forced into the role of a silent captive. Though she was held by a heavy chain and made to endure the grime of the Tatooine underworld, her spirit remained entirely unbroken. I had to read it slow because I don't have my glasses out here, so I could barely read the letters. It's very small. So, yeah, I could see some titties on there, but, I need some magnifying glasses if I really want to see them. That card's going to stay in this little thing. I'm going to frame it and put it on the wall up there where on the shelf I have all my Slave Leia stuff. Can't call her that now. It's Hot Slayer Leia. I don't care. Slave Leia to me. It'll always be Slave Leia. Anyway, that's what we called her when we were kids. When the 80s was around, it was the only movie. We had A New Hope. That was basically Star Wars. It wasn't A New Hope until after Star Wars, anyway. So it was Star Wars. Then it was Empire Strikes Back. Then it was Return of the Jedi. And then there was a couple of years of playing with Star Wars toys after Return of the Jedi before we got too old for it and started skateboarding. And then we didn't touch Star Wars until well into my late 20s when they started making them all again. And I had boxes of that stuff. Couldn't give that stuff away now. Anyway. This is a very cool one. I wasn't able to get this figure when it was out. And I'm going to hold off on even opening it for a minute because I do respect the fact that they really, really did a number on this packaging. However, in the house, I have a carded action figure that I intend on keeping in the card. It's one I bought at Walmart, and it's a Cantina alien with the flutes. It's got 3 instruments, so I keep expecting to see them release another one that has the other 2 instruments that the band members were playing, 2 or 3, and then you get that figure 3 times, and then you eventually have the full band with some extra instruments. Wouldn't that make sense for them to do that? You would think it would. But anyway, I have it. Somebody put those little googly eyes on the card. So I think that's what's going to end up in this nice case. And then it'll get hung on my wall. So right now I have it carded and it's sitting on a shelf. And there's 2 stormtroopers looking up at it. And one's pointing at it. And they're like, heads are kind of crooked sideways. And it's kind of comical. So that's the way I have it now. So anyway, very cool. Tika the Jawa. So I'm going to take Tika though. I'm going to set Tika back here. Slide some stuff forward. Tika, you can hang out all the way over there. We'll see what's the next one in here. Because I think these are going to end up being my eBay scores. And they'll probably add up to 6 figures, I'm hoping. Or close to that. Oh, there's a few in here. There's 1, 2, and 3. This might have also been somebody's eBay store. So, I have not been able to find this figure. So I was able to get this on, I think this came from Walmart. It was Walmart. So I got a Cal Kestis. And, oh, okay. Yes. It's a good thing I'm opening these because they're crunched. It wasn't me that crunched them. I wanted this Ahsoka. And then I was able to get her. And I got her twice. So that if I want to, I can change her appearance in some way. But this is from the Clone Wars era. So I'm curious to see how close this action figure is to the one that I bought way back in 2007 or 8. All right, what do we got here? Another couple action figures. So I'm only gonna count Ahsoka once. It'll be Tika, that's 1. Cal, 2. Ahsoka will be 3. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Mars Brood. Very cool figure. Yes, and the card is not in the greatest of shape. It's a little bit crinkled. So guess what? I'm not going to feel bad about breaking this open. Plus, it wasn't that long ago. To me, this seems like it was just yesterday that these were hanging on the store. but it's been 15, 20 years since this look was ever in the stores. And you know, it's interesting seeing some of these because this was around the time I started. Well, I'm pretty sure my Ahsoka came on a card like this. So it was during this line of action figures, this look of the cards, early days of the Clone Wars cartoon. That would have been around the time that I quit collecting. Okay, so got a few things in here before I move on. They sent me a GP. We love finding treasures almost as much as we love sharing them with others. Nice. Thank you so much for your purchase. We hope that it made your day as much as it made ours. Also, make sure to bookmark and subscribe to our store so you don't miss any future deals. Please remember to leave us a positive review, and we will do the same for you in return. So I gotta remember to go through my eBay and thank these people and make sure they know. Oh, they sent me a really cool sticker. Grams and Pops Vintage. They sent me a sticker. Very cool. I'll put that over here. Oddly enough, I have some stickers from the pawn shop. They were like $4 for $1, and they were cool little stickers. So we got another action figure right here. Oh, and I have another one of her in the house that I bought that was loose, and it would only had one of the sabers. And it was in a package kind of like this, but curiosity got the better of me, and I already opened her, so I kind of plan on bringing her out here to kind of be a mascot in the next round of openings, and we'll talk about that action figure and maybe make some jokes and stuff. We'll see. All right, I don't remember which one this was. Oh, fuck yeah. I just forgot I ordered this one. It's Tika the Jawa. Maybe I won't take Tika out of his package just yet. Oh yeah, nice little receipt for my order. That's cool. I'll keep that for my record. Yeah. Tika. I'll put him and Obi-Wan together somehow. Tika Jiwi. I'm gonna put him right here with the pawn shop ones that are all open. What do we got here? Alright, we can open the bottom. It was from The Flash. This came from The Flash. Can you believe that shit? And oh, okay. This is very interesting. This is a Lord of the Rings action figure, I think. From like The Hobbit or something. But I saw this and I thought it was a Faline from the Chiss. No, not the Chiss. That would be the Grand Admiral Thrawn character. Anyway, remember Shadows of the Empire? Prince Shizor? When I first saw this guy, I thought that's who it was. Or like they had made a couple more action figures. And then I looked at it and it was, I believe, a Lord of the Rings or maybe The Hobbit action figure. I'm going to have to look at the purchase there and see. So he's over, it was a loose figure, so I'll put him over here standing. We'll definitely talk about him because he might go over here with the That, you know what? Because he's not Star Wars, I can put him over here in my six-figure lot and we can talk about him. Should I put him back in the box? It's kind of too late for that now, isn't it? I don't think we should bother. Let's go to this box right here. So it's harder to get to because it's farther away. Oh, I did take a peek at this just to see if they were in good shape or not. Doesn't matter because I'm going to break the packaging. You know me. You know my channel. And if you've watched any of these by now, you know I'm going to completely fuck up these vintage figures by ripping out the packaging. Wonder what the name of that guy was. Oh, Killa Gomez. Interesting name. These are Star Wars Rebels figures. Kanan Jarrus and Sabine Wren. Look at them beauties. That was an eBay score. So let's get that over here in the Forbidden Figures row. 1, 2. Technically, I've got 5. Let's see what's in here. Well, because Ahsoka is a duplicate, and Tika Jawa, I don't need to open him to make this into 6 figures. However, I might. But I've also got this Tika Jawa here, and I put him with the pawn shop figure, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, I'm not narrating very well. I'm trying to concentrate on opening this, making sure I don't cut my fingers while I'm doing it. I don't remember which ones this is. I'll be surprised as you will be. Okay. Very nice. I'm looking at the back and see what I can remember from what's in here. Yep, I have Commander Clody in my stuff, and I have that Clone Trooper. So I remember these. I do remember these. This is the Saga collection. And it is a very nice sculpt of Anakin Skywalker. And he definitely needs to be freed from his packaging. Let's stick that over there. And this is going to be good. This is a Endor Rebel Soldier, and it's the black dude. Very cool. I'm slowly trying to collect these back trying to find the ones that I didn't have in my collection from way back when. I think I got the Luke and Leia's. I don't really remember, though. It was a tough time after Revenge of the Sith because I was down. I didn't have a budget to collect. I had to really tighten the belt. So I wasn't collecting. So yeah, I mean, we're getting a good peek at what's coming forward. So I'll be able to come out here and manage this collection and make some sense of it. Because like what I could do is I could open the 2 Saga collections. Okay. And then I could open the 2 vintage collections. And then open the 2, I don't know what series this is. Well, yeah, Star Wars Rebels. On the back it says Star Wars Rebels. So yeah, this would technically be the Star Wars Rebels. And man, isn't that ship cool? I should try and find that ship. That'd be cool to get a few of those. Darting across the ceiling. that'll make a good episode of Six Figures, because the only one that I probably won't get any shit for opening is that Ahsoka, because the card was kind of damaged. The bubble was damaged. Both of them were. So, and I'm sure people will go, dude, Cal Kestis is so rare. That's a perfect carded figure. Why are you opening it? Because that's what I do. I open the figures. Same thing with these Saga collections. I appreciate the love and care it took to keep these nice and pristine. However, you know, the plastic shield over the figure is getting foggy, and it's getting hard to appreciate the figure for what it is, being it in the package like that. So in my opinion, it's time for that, for those to come out of the Saga boxes and be action figures alongside their vintage collection counterparts. And there's Rebels 5 point of articulation, I believe is what they are. Let's take a look at Kanan and see what we got there. I do believe I am correct on that. I think they are only 5 points. Arms, legs, and the head turns. But that's cool though. I mean, I'm probably going to throw the helmet on and put him in there with the rest of my stormtroopers. I might have his helmet off to the side like they're in a meeting or something. We'll see. I think I've made decent enough sense. So I did talk about the Ahsoka ship. There's a figure in that ship. So I'm trying to figure out, him and him will probably get opened together, because I'm trying to collect things that come with figures in them. So I might grab a couple of speeder bikes. There's a speeder bike out right now that's just speeder bike rider and the Endor style speeder bike, and it's different than the one that was out a couple of years back with the little bag with Grogu in the bag. That one, the one from the Mandalorian series, it was from season 1 too, so it was very early in the line. I got 3 of those at Ollie's for like $12 a piece or something. They were still kind of pricey, but still, Ollie's, it was kind of a little more than you'd expect. But yeah, I bought 3 of them that were available, and I almost bought a speeder bike at Walmart, but it was going to be like $37 or something ridiculous. I thought it was way too much, so I passed on it and didn't buy it. Kind of wishing I would have bought it though, because I would have had at least another. That'd be 1, 2, 3, and I'd only need 3 more things of this nature to do that 6-figure episode. But I also have this Leia figure, and she's gonna get mixed in with one of these episodes here somewhere along the line. And I did at Ollie's in that same trip, I got one of these, and the only reason I did is because I think I can make the R2 and the Grogu. I don't know how big that R2 is. So anytime I find a smaller than normal R2 head, like the one that was on the old Clone Wars vehicles, and the V-Wing, I think it was, the Imperial V-Wing, or Clone V-Wing anyway, it had a little R2 unit, and that particular one I popped off of that V-Wing, and I made a little round ball, and I turned him into a little BB-8. Eventually, when I find to make a ball, like a ping pong ball or something that I can use to make the BB-8 body out of, I'll make something out here and make it look more Star Warsy, and then I'll pop that little R2 head on it, because it's small like a BB-8. So I thought it was cool. It fit in with him, and then eventually I haven't been able to pick one of those up because I wasn't collecting when those movies were out. So by the time I started collecting, there weren't any more BB-8s on the shelves. So I kind of missed out on that. So I think I'm going to get a couple of droid packs at some point that have the BB-8s in them, and we'll see what I can do with that later on down the road. But that means I have to go to the Disney store and shop on that. And if I'm going to do that, I want to probably get a few things. So anyway, yeah, those guys. And I don't know when I'll open them. I'll try to fit it into some oddball stuff. Like, you know, I've got a little R2 here that's a Christmas decoration, kind of these little mini guys. It's there's a Darth Vader, a Boba Fett, and a R2-D2, and a Stormtrooper. There's what they all look like. But yeah, the R2 is just miniature of whatever, so who knows what I'll do with that. He's there. Well, he can go up here because he's kind of obscure. I don't know. And I still got Garfield and Odie. So I got a 41-minute video, folks. I think I'm going to call it, you know, this is going to be good enough. Oh, I forgot. What am I going to send to Junkman? I bet you want to know. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Somebody you haven't seen on Junkman's channel in a while. One of his counterpart characters. Not Larry J. Wampa, although fucking Larry's cool. I like Larry J. Wampa. That's some funny shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you don't watch Junkman's channel. Saturdays you gotta watch, because like every other week they do Junkman and Russ. And I think the two knuckleheads used to work together at a Toys R Us or something back in the 90s when Star Wars was hitting the shelves. And anyway, they do a live on Saturdays, and I sometimes catch that. Sometimes I'll be out smoking a doobie. We're getting ready to do a show, and our show won't start till 9:30. And, you know, I'll go out to my car, and I call it getting tuned up. And then sometimes the drummer of that band will come over, and he'll get tuned up with me. So this... Oh, see a little egg in there. All right. This is going to Junkman. It's Dusty. Because Dusty looks like she's high as shit. Don't she? This is a pretty good Dusty. She's got pretty decent hair. Yeah, I mean, he does videos with Dusty, and yeah, it's pretty funny. Some of those videos are pretty hilarious. This has the good wrists, and the legs are fairly clean. If I do anything, what I might do is take a little rubbing alcohol and clean the legs, because they're, I don't know if they're, well, I don't have shit on my fingers, so it's not me. Yeah, hey, we could do a little kit back. I see some rubbing alcohol over there. Why don't I just do it right now? I got one last thing to do, and then we'll be done with the video. I gotta walk around the table over here, folks. I gotta go over to this side. Alrighty, there it is. I'm back. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some rubbing alcohol. This is the strong shit. And we're gonna put her arms up, and we're just gonna drip that on her legs. And then we'll just take and see what a little bit of friction would, okay, yeah, it's gonna come clean. It's gonna come clean. Whatever's on there is gonna come off of there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just I'm going to drench this. I have some simple green if I really need it, but I think what I can do is probably get most of this off with a Kleenex. It looks like it was maybe in someone's toy box because it's got like hair and shit on it. This might be 1970s hair. You know what I'm saying? How long was it in the bottom of that toy box? All right. It's amazing how old this doll is now. It's a Kenner doll. It's like Barbie was Mattel. This was Kenner's answer to the 12-inch line of action figures. And then if you ever see one of these, investigate the legs. They're made, because it's Kenner, the way they made them. It's made the same way that the Star Wars 12-inch action figure line was made. Like if you had Luke, Leia, or Han, they had pants and shirts and belts and boots. Just like the Indiana Jones, same thing. And that is the kind of joints that it had inside of the plastic. It had that kind of almost kind of weird, it had a click to it. You can hear it click. Hear it? I'm sure you heard that. Anyway. Yeah, it's just got some shit stuck to it. And, God, who knows? It's probably like candy or something that got on it and melted to it one hot day. It looks like it had dirt from a sandbox or something on it. Hard to say. I know these things went through hell, and very few of them survived the torture of life in the backyard. Because, I mean, how many kids really took care of their toys? I mean, they would, if I remember correctly, most of my neighbors, when they had stuff like this, they would have the stuff outside in their backyard in their sandbox, and they'd just leave it out there and go out the next day and play with it. They wouldn't meticulously put their stuff away in toy boxes and everything. They just weren't as meticulous with their stuff as maybe me and my brother and sister were. We didn't take anything for granted. We knew my parents worked hard for whatever they gave us, so we knew that if we wanted to see any more fancy things under the Christmas tree and birthdays and all that kind of stuff, that we better take care of the things that they give us. All right, that's getting pretty clean. Hey, junk man, I'm molesting your dusty doll. 49 minutes, so yeah. There's a little bit of stuff on that leg. You can see it if I bring up close. See that chalky stuff? That's what I want to get off of there. And then, I don't want to send him a dirty dusty. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost done with this. I'm going to get the simple green. And I'm going to juice her legs up with the simple green. And I'm just going to let it sit on there overnight. I'll scrub it a little bit with the brush. I don't have my chocolate bar I forgot to have the other day. I was supposed to eat that when I came out here the other day, and then I forgot all about it. Do I have a detail brush? Let me look behind me and see what I got. I should have one. Right there. That should be adequate. Right there. Simple Green is the shit. Let me tell you. You gotta sometimes close it, back pressure, turn it back on. Oh, what do we got going on here? There we go. Now we got that. Simple Green is tricky. I'll spray that on the legs. Let that kind of chew away at whatever's on it. Because I can just tell there's like a layer of gunk stuck to these legs. Like she was in a sandbox and covered with bubble gum or something. And then it dried in the sun. So let's take this brush. So Simple Green and some friction with a fancy toothbrush, little detailing brush. That should scrub most of that gunk off of there. Hey, if you're wondering what you need to do to clean your dusty doll up, you know now. There. Cleaning is just as important as kit bashing. Can't do any kit bashing on shit if it's filthy dirty. Lots of rubbing alcohol. And sometimes Simple Green. Alright, I'm doing the best I can, Junk Man. Trying to get your dusty doll all cleaned up before I send it to you. I still got the other one. I took the head off of it so I could use it on my kit bash body. And she's riding that speeder bike that you sent. And then, yeah, I had totally intended on sending that to you, and then I completely forgot. And then I had a seizure, or not a seizure, fell into a coma several times last year. And kept waking up stupid. I was waking up retarded. One time I woke up, I was standing in front of the kitchen sink, holding a stack of pie plates, just smashing them into the sink. And the only thing that was left in the sink was a pile of powdered platelets and bits and pieces of what used to be dishes. Yay, I feel clean. Yay. Yeah, alright. That's Dusty. We're going to put Dusty down. There. Got one more good look at Dusty. Let's sit her over here by this stuff. Dusty, you can be the mascot for the next couple days. There. I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to call that a show. And please put something in the comments if you watched this. Just, yeah, say something. It helps me know who's watching, who's paying attention, and who gives a shit. For some reason, all my videos end up being about this long. So I'm going to have me... Look at that. Look at that chocolate brownie. Are you jealous now? You probably are. You ought to be. It's a good brownie. I'll see you later. I'm going to eat this brownie. I'll catch you next time. All right, bye.